Can I help you? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Bitcade. I forgot we didn't do the intro. Okay, we're back. I forgot we didn't do the intro. Anyway, just when I thought like, hey, we might not have I totally forgot. We didn't have like an awkward moment before the episode, and then I was like,
You just created
yeah,
one.
I can easily do that.
Yeah.
I can easily do that. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Man, is that
It's all right. We'll roll with it.
Are you sure? Like
Yeah,
I
it's
could
fine.
move it. Okay, all right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 19.
I know it's
of
not proper framing.
Bitcade. I
but
know.
You know what?
I can. It's just like a.
I know. It's okay though. We'll roll with it.
Okay. All right. Okay. If
We're
it bugs
human.
you, if it bugs
No,
you at
no,
any time, I'll
Doesn't
move it
bug
up.
me. Does it bother you?
It's starting to now. Do you want to just do this over again?
No. Just go bump it real quick.
Okay. All right. I'll be back. Keep the entertainment rolling.
So when I came over today, I shared with Ryan about this song that's been stuck in my head, and it's just been going on, and it's that goddamn Blackpink song that's just everywhere right now, and it's been driving me nuts. I got that goddamn chorus, just the do do, and then they do like this little move or whatever.
Yeah. See,
I
that
don't
looks
know.
that looks a little better. Now I'm actually a little bit in rule of thirds a little bit there. Okay. So, yes, like I was saying, episode 19. For audio listeners right now, you guys can listen to this as a video, and so you guys can judge us a little bit more. As for the audio listeners right now, they're like, I don't know what's happening right now. This doesn't bug me.
We adjusted the camera for you audio listeners. Yeah.
But yes, if you're watching this on YouTube, this video is available on iTunes and for your Apple listeners, and also for Android users, it's on Podbean, so you can go listen there. Anyway, this is Bitcade, the official video game podcast of Primal Target. We are in a new location.
Yeah, if it's not my place.
This is not your place. This is my new place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so we are going to
Trying it out.
yeah, we'll see how this works out. We have like a nice little fancy table. Everything's all going. Look at this. Bam!
Hit you with that logo.
Yeah, there you go.
Got a comfy couch that
Exactly.
we fold. We're not like jammed together. Like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
pack
You
of
know, it's a
sardines,
little relaxing. If you really wanted to, you could just like kind of lean back a little bit. You know, chill out. Just because they have to watch. You know, they get to sit in nice, comfy seats at their computers. We can sit down now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not be crammed up in my
look at
place
this.
on my hard like wooden seats.
Yeah, I love this already. I love this already.
Who knows?
Not to say that we we had some good times over there. The old recording
And
area.
we'll probably revisit it too.
Yeah. It'll every so often, whatever
Yeah.
works out. For some reason, I'm having a difficult time with. There we go. We're only 5 minutes into this episode, for me to be relaxed and
okay.
whatnot.
It's all right.
But anyway, in this episode, we are going to be talking about the return of JRPGs, games that we want this for the remaining of this year, and the next gaming consoles. Oh, it did go half out.
It did just go half
Yeah.
out. We just lost half of our light.
It's okay. It's gonna die. It's whatever. It's still good lighting. It's okay.
Okay.
Good lighting. Anyway,
all right. Okay.
audio listeners are like, I don't care about what's happening with video.
Yeah.
Let's just go with it. So anyway, we are going to talk about some of the stuff that's happening in the video game realm, more specifically the realm of JRPGs. David, this is your topic. What are we
it
talking
is.
about?
So, as this is coming out in August, I recently picked up a game that just came out, and it just made me think of how, in this particular generation, the resurgence of like the traditional style, well, not so much, but the more I would say more the J in the JRPGs
Okay.
in RPGs versus how like last gen they were kind of more Western, like
Yeah, because we got Fallout. We also
you
got Skyrim.
Fallout, Skyrim. Even though I would say Dark Souls would be considered a Western like style RPG, it's a little in a ways. But this console cycle, we've kind of seen the JRPGs kind of go back to their roots. Could say. In some ways, I mean, we have had, one not so. I mean, it's considered a JRPG, but like Nier Automata was a little different, but people still consider it a JRPG.
There's like, what genre was that game not at a point in time? So.
Yeah, I think at its roots, though, you would call it a JRPG.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about it, and I just kind of went through like, because the game that inspired this genre is I'm playing Octopath Traveler right now.
Okay. Yeah.
And if you have a Switch. In my opinion, it's one of the must-play games. You got your Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart, your Mario Odysseys. I think Octopath Traveler deserves to be in that list right there.
There's another thing about Octopath Traveler. If like you have a Switch and you're kind of like, what is it? There's a 3-hour demo.
Yeah.
And then all of what you do in that demo can get ported over to the main game, which is awesome. Like, what other game has done that? Where you're like, yeah, here, play for 3 hours. You'll because after you played it for 3 hours, you will buy the game. I think that's kind of their thought process of it.
And the fact that you can't like hard copies of Octopath Traveler are it's sold out.
I've heard that. Yeah.
It's even above MSRP on Amazon. Right
it's
now,
above it. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's above $60 to get a physical copy of it on Amazon, which you never hear about that.
For a Switch game.
Yeah, for a Switch game. So it just got me thinking, how have some of the heavy hitter RPGs done in sort of this in this generation, I should say.
Okay.
We're talking PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, I guess Wii U, Switch.
Well, because like Wii U is in the current gen, and Switch is the only one that's made it to its next gen. But you're kind of like you're kind of asterisk mark putting
Nintendo.
That in there. Yeah,
Nintendo.
Got it.
Nintendo in the past, 5 years or so. So I just got some of the big ones down here. Most of them, you probably won't be surprised, are... Well, I only have like 6 titles because I'm not really including a bunch of the indie games, but I just thought we'd go over some of the ratings and how well they did, which for a JRPG, especially one of these that are more traditional ones, are kind of unheard of. Okay. They're Call of Duties, they're not like your Uncharted's or anything like that. So so like to start off here, I got, Persona 5 came out last year.
It did.
It was a contender for Game of the Year, right?
It did. It was.
I think it was a strong
for our Game of the Year.
I thought it was at the Game Awards too. I thought it was Mario Odyssey, Persona 5, Legend of Zelda.
Do you really want me to check?
Oh, no. Yeah, it's fine.
I don't really know. I know it was for us, though.
Yeah.
It was on the voting ballot.
Even though I haven't finished it, I still think I think it still had made a strong case for fantastic. It's probably one of the best traditional JRPGs you can get on like just on a main console right now.
Yeah, I mean, with.
But
I like with the Persona thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I mean, Metacritic 93.
Wow.
User score of 91, and it's sold to over 2 million copies. Like, that's ridiculous for a JRPG.
And for console exclusive.
Yeah, console exclusive. Next one on my list here, I got like Ni no Kuni 2.
Another PlayStation game.
Another PlayStation game, yeah. It's got an 84, which is pretty good.
Yeah,
8.2 user score on Metacritic. Ni no Kuni 2 has sold about a little over 900,000 units, but combined with Ni no Kuni, the first one, it's over 2 million. 2 million plus.
Another 2 million.
Yeah. Now that's combining Ni no Kuni and Ni no Kuni 2
as the
together.
franchise.
Yeah. Nier Automata, which came out, PC.
Just recently to Xbox One.
Yeah, it's been out for almost 2 years. My personal game of the year last year. It came out on PC and PS4
last year.
Yeah.
So about a year.
I'd say about a year and a half.
Yeah.
My personal game of the year, Metacritic score, 8.8 user, 2.5 million. Now, Square Enix doesn't list sold; they list shipped.
Yeah.
2.5 million units shipped.
I would say probably 2 million.
That includes digital sales too.
I would say probably 2
million. I would
million
say it's sold
solid.
at easily 2 million, and I still think that game is
yeah. Still waiting for you.
And I just Octopath Traveler sitting on an 84 with an 8.2. We don't know how many units are sold, except for the fact that right now you cannot find it physically in the
And
store.
this is being recorded in the middle or towards the
We're-
end of July of
July
2018.
Yeah.
So
The game just
right
came
now,
out like
we don't
last
know.
week.
Yeah.
Came out last week. And then right after that, the game has sort of revitalized the Final Fantasy franchise for the core fans, I should say. Final Fantasy 15 across all platforms, but 81 Metacritic 7.2, which is not bad for user score for Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy fans are picky.
Yeah.
And a 5 million.
know.
5 million shipped. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. I'm assuming
Shipped. So
yeah.
it's probably
Oh,
I would
it's
say
over 2 million.
yeah, it's
probably
over 2 million.
yeah.
So, and then I just threw in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for the Switch, 83 on Metacritic, 8.4 user score, and 1.3 million units sold for a Switch exclusive. That's pretty good.
So you're saying to me, if I want to sell 2 million units of a game, I just have to make a JRPG game?
well,
A good JRPG
a
game.
good JRPG game
will
But
sell me 2 million units.
it's nice to see that they're kind of putting their foot back in the mainstream gaming market because they kind of went away last gen, and it kind of like I can't the only game the last like JRPG I can really think of that I really got into was on the PlayStation 2, and that was Secret? No. I can't even remember what it's called. God, it's gonna bug me
That's
now.
how far along it was when you played a decent JRPG game.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking. And I'm just meaning like a traditional style JRPG.
Yeah.
Again, not including games like
Well, you've played the Final Fantasy games though.
Yeah. I mean, 13 was all right.
Yeah.
It was okay.
I actually
really
just started
did,
playing 13.
I really liked 13 too.
Okay.
Way more than 13, but I think 13 was still a decent game. I still think it gets a little bit of a bad rap. But then again, like I said, we're talking about the core fans and what like the core consensus with the titles. So we're like most of them think 7 and 10 are just god tier. 13's garbage. 15 is a step in the right direction. And again, I disagree with a lot of that personally, but then again, that's a personal preference there. But it's just nice to see that this genre, especially in the Western markets, because, I know for a lot of people, like you were saying earlier when you were playing the Octopath Traveler demo, that it felt a little like slow.
Just in the sense of I was also very tired.
Yeah.
And it kind of reminded me of. So I love the Pokemon game series, but it's also a game that puts me to sleep.
Yeah.
So if I'm like playing it while I'm kind of dozed off, I'll just kind of be reading it over, and then eventually I'll just kind of fall asleep. And that's kind of what Octopath Traveler was.
That's
just
fair.
because now there are voice actors
that
in the game, but just not all the whole time.
Yeah. No, I think that's a fair criticism with the JRPGs. There are other moments where it does like slow down, especially in the beginning when it's just a bunch of exposition and getting the story going. And all that kind of stuff, because they tend to do that. And I didn't even list the Pokemon games because I feel like I don't need to. It doesn't really matter what their scores are. It's Pokemon.
They're all
they're
an
all
8 or higher. It doesn't
Yeah.
even matter. I don't think a Pokemon game's ever gone below an 8.
Yeah. And so like I didn't bother to include like Sun and Moon because it's just like we all know Pokemon's Pokemon. Pokemon's gonna sell.
Yeah, as long as Nintendo keeps milking that cow, they're gonna keep getting it. So.
Yeah, and then it just I'm excited for what's next because I feel like it's proven that this type of genre is still relevant in today's day and age with with the Fortnites and the Call of Duties and all those and the Maddens and the FIFAs. There's still a huge audience for these kinds of games, and the next one I can think of is nothing's been like released for it though, but I'm excited. I'm waiting to see what's going to be on the Switch for Fire Emblem, a mainline Fire Emblem game on the Switch.
Well, because we're also supposed to get an Atlas game for the Switch.
Yeah.
So
I think Atlas is Fire. No. Atlas is somebody. Okay. Yeah.
If Quinn was here, he would be able to answer that. I know that's not. Yeah, but I don't know if
I've played some Atlas JRPGs and they're good.
Oh yeah. Well, you played Persona.
That's right. Persona's Atlas?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now I need to
confirm. Because it's your information.
Yeah,
on
exactly.
The line.
Persona 5. Atlas. Yep.
Atlas?
There
Yeah,
it is.
okay.
So
I have played other Atlas JRPGs that I can think of. Because there's one on the PSP that I played. I can't remember what it was called, but I really liked it.
yeah. Well, yeah. I do definitely think that in the brink of multiplayer being shoved down everyone's throats, especially the battle royale type, it's I do feel like there are people out there that do want that thirst and hunger for the single player. I want to go on an adventure. I want to experience this by myself. Like I don't want a buddy, or maybe if I do, I can at least go on a story. Like there's something or a reason of why I'm continuing to keep playing this game. Like, and those games are not 20-hour games.
No,
they are
no.
40+ hour games, and that's just the first playthrough. Like then you got to play it again, and then you got to play it again.
Yeah.
Like you had Nier Automata on there. That's like, I mean, it's not like a 100-hour game, but you do got to replay it.
If you do everything, it's a 100-hour game.
I thought like the main game is like 30 hours, and then the replays are just kind of vignettes. Without spoiling.
Without spoiling, being very vague, your first playthrough, if you just follow the story, is going to probably be about 20 hours.
Okay.
Your second playthrough, if you just follow the story, don't do side quests, is going to probably be like 6 to 8.
Okay.
Your third playthrough, just following the story, is going to probably be about 15.
Oh, okay. All right.
Give or take. And then,
all right, so I'd give.
But
like
again,
40
I would say about
so.
30 to 40, 40 to 50 hours to get through just the story. But when you start to do the side quest, and like if you're on your PlayStation and you're going for that platinum trophy, you're going to be 100+.
But see, that's the thing is like, that's probably the shortest game next to Ni no Kuni, and even then, that's all collecting. So it's like,
and I don't know how long Octopath Traveler is. Persona 5, I'm like,
Octopath Traveler has like.
There's
8
stories.
People.
Yeah, there's like 8 stories. Because I'm only like 3 hours into Octopath Traveler. I've just gained my second party member, and I'm already hooked. I'm already like, nope, they've got me. They're just reeling me in right now.
Because that's like the Final Fantasy love child, right? Like that's
basically
classic Final Fantasy love child.
Yeah, it's like a modern take on the Final Fantasy style, Final Fantasy VI style of RPG.
Do you play it on handheld or docked? Because
I've
heard docked, it looks beautiful.
So,
but I also know handheld looks
so
pretty good too.
Currently, right now, because the Switch is my girlfriend's.
Yep.
My girlfriend has been on a Stardew Valley binge right now.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And so I've only been able to play it like in bed after she's fallen asleep, and I sneak in some Octopath Traveler time before I actually fall asleep.
Okay.
So I haven't had really. I've only been playing it. I've only played it in handheld mode.
Okay.
So.
Well, I heard that like you plug that bad boy in, you get that 1080p goodness.
Oh, it's
from
gorgeous
from the Switch there.
It's a gorgeous game. I love the art style, and I even like the fact that they sort of fade out like the border to kind of give you this depth perception of it, to really give you that, to really fill in that like faux like 2.5D like environment. Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. I
was noticing like the grass and like when I was watching the trailer, like the snowy level parts of it look really great. So I have a feeling like that's probably going to be like you were saying, it's an instant classic of the Switch.
I think this is going to be an instant classic, especially since the fact that like because where I work, we got the game in. We didn't have the game for the release day on Friday. We got it in on like Sunday or Monday.
Weird.
Yeah. And the Nintendo rep came in on Monday, and he's like, "Oh, you guys still have copies of Octopath Traveler?" And I'm like, "That's because they just came in. We didn't have them on release day." And he's like, "Yeah, well, they're sold out like everywhere." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I heard."
Yeah.
And he was surprised that we still had like 4 copies left. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not think
sold
that
out
game,
everywhere.
Yeah, I did not think. Because
he was mentioning that when the game came out on Friday. This is what he was telling me.
The light turned back on.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah, that's it. What he mentioned on Friday, which I thought was interesting, is that the game didn't really sell that well on release day. Reviews came out, and then on Saturday it was gone.
Yeah.
Because
there you go. That's how much the influencers have on gaming industries.
Yeah.
Right there.
And apparently stores didn't get many copies. Apparently we only got like 6.
Well, it's because it's a Switch game.
Well, that, and I don't think Square Enix was expecting it to be in this much of a demand.
Yeah. Well,
to
they
be
didn't.
honest.
I think IGN wrote an article about how like they released a statement. Square Enix released a statement saying like we had no idea like that you actually were gonna play the game this much. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Like
I'm
to
loving
see,
it.
to see a single player game,
Another
single player game,
JRPG,
might be game of the year. Like that's the thing.
I think
like,
it's a strong candidate right now. I think it's a strong candidate up with like God of War
that's
for
the
its
thing.
genre.
But that's the thing is like, it seems like every game that is talked about as being game of the year,
it's single player. Yeah.
No multiplayer game. But that's kind of the thing is like what does that mean? Like where's the money being held at? Is money being held at becoming game of the year, or is game of the year starting to lose its like I think that's another topic for a different time.
That's another topic for another time.
But anyway, something to think about.
But yeah, no, I'm just happy to see that this genre is coming back, because I can remember being, in the 360 and in the PS3 era and just being like, I wanted JRPG to play.
Yeah.
But there weren't any. And God, what was that game called? There was a second.
Do you want to take time to look for it?
No,
Okay.
It'll probably just pop in my head when we're going in a different
onto the like the third topic.
on the next topic or something. But Magna Carta. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Magna Carta was one of my favorite RPGs on, I believe it was the PlayStation 2, and then they released the Magna Carta 2 on the Xbox 360, but I never played that one. I thought about it, but I didn't have an Xbox at the time. Magna Carta, that was it. I believe
PlayStation
so.
2.
For the PS2. Yeah, I really enjoyed that RPG.
Nice.
I just wanna.
Yeah, I mean, like I've dabbled in Persona 5 just because I didn't have a PlayStation at the time. I have one now, but I just haven't played it. But like when I played Persona 4 Golden on the Vita, there is something about like being on this. It is that
that's
one.
it. Magna Carta. Yeah, with the big old anime
deluxe
boobies.
box set.
No, I remember this game having the big old anime boobs.
Oh yeah, the
all the
jiggle
characters.
physics.
Yeah, all the female characters are like that.
But yeah, like there's just something that where you can just be immersed into.
There you go.
It's that kind of drawing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's just something about being on that like journey and being immersed into it's kind of the same thing of why people like Mass Effect and the Western RPG type stuff is.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of the Western RPG that dominated the last gen.
Yeah, where it's the story. You want to be thrown into this world and just go for a ride and enjoy like this thing, and then you can talk about it with other people and like, oh yeah, I went this route and I went, because usually RPG games, role playing, allow you to do whatever you want. Really, like you can have a conversation with somebody, or you kind of have you level up this specific character as opposed to this. That's where the JRPG stuff starts coming in. It's leveling up specific characters to have a special perk here, but not with this character. As opposed to Western is usually like dialogue choice type stuff and ranking up your one guy,
your skill trees.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's cool to see that JRPGs are kind of on its way.
Yeah, and it makes me excited because I think it's a genre that needs to have I think should have a strong foothold. I understand why it's not so like mainstream here in the States, just because I can understand like some of the anime tropes turning people off.
Well, it's also the American in us of. Or the Western,
just the cultural differences.
Well, the Western parts of us is like, well, I'd rather just blow something up, or just let me play the game. And as opposed to Japanese side is usually like they don't mind reading, or like they don't have to skip the dialogue to try and get to the game. And like that is the game kind of thing.
Yeah, and they don't mind those big old anime biddies.
Yeah, well, hey, the Western got some of them in some ways.
Yeah, but like you don't get like it's not looked at as negatively, I will say.
I mean, I don't look
here.
At it
But no, I mean like the general population.
No,
like if I went up to a stranger and showed them a picture that I just showed you, they'd be like, "What are you?
Yeah, what are you into?"
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I get it.
So like if you can get past that, you're in for some good games, you
Yeah.
know. But
Any
that's
closing statements?
I'm just glad to see it back.
Okay.
I hope it really has that. Like I would really like to see another Octopath Traveler game, even though I haven't finished mine.
Yeah.
But I would love to see another Nier Automata, or just Yoko Taro just needs to do another game.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, comment section is open for you guys if you're watching on the YouTube stuff. Comment what is your favorite JRPG game
Yeah.
in the last generation or
Current,
whatever.
Yeah.
But we're moving on
Moving on.
to our second topic,
Mm-hmm.
which is games that we want for the remaining of this year.
Yeah.
These are confirmed games that have a release date. Hopefully they stick to it.
Yeah.
That are coming out this year.
These are the games we plan on
personally,
getting. Yeah.
Personally, what we are going to get.
Yeah.
You'll see games that are not on here, like I'm sure you didn't write this Kingdom Hearts down.
No.
Okay.
I'm
The
not.
reason why I didn't write Kingdom Hearts down is because I haven't played the second one all the way through, but I want to go back and play those games before I go buy 3. So these are games that at release, more likely I will probably get.
Yeah,
So
I just couldn't get into the Kingdom Hearts games. I don't know. For some reason, the whole thing of Final Fantasy characters in Disney just threw me off.
yeah.
Just threw me off.
I
don't know.
I can see where that comes out. But so since this is my topic,
Yeah.
the rules are simple. Just
Uh-oh,
what
there are
games?
rules.
Just what games you want.
Yeah. What
to-
games are you excited
what
for? What
games
game
you
are you gonna get?
So I think we'll go 1,
Sure.
1, 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have that many.
Oh well,
That's
it's
fine.
okay. Yeah.
We'll just do it.
And if it makes it on your list, we'll just talk about it a little
Yep.
bit. Overcooked 2 is clearly on my list because we played it here on the channel.
More kitchens to
and,
light on fire.
Yes. I don't know if we'll ever go back to the original Overcooked now that Overcooked 2 is like literally around
It's
the
around
corner.
the corner, yeah.
And I might pick this one up on Switch instead of PC. That way it's a little easier to record. But after seeing like you can throw things now, which is like
Oh, you can throw
man, it's
ingredients.
so-
Oh,
it's
jeez.
so-
That's what we needed.
Go watch. I think it's Overcooked episode 4. Where
the one
the
with the-
trucks,
Yeah,
and we're just
trying
like
to throw
falling
stuff.
off, like trying to jump over to drop it. And yeah, so, but yeah, there's a lot of things, and I guess they've implemented that a lot, and I hope they have it at PAX this year because I really want to play that. But Overcooked 2 is on my list of games that I want to pick up.
Yeah.
Did that make your list over there, or did you forget that?
No, I forgot it was a game.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I forgot it was a thing.
It was that comes out August 7th. Which is
Probably
crazy.
when this
It's right-
episode might come out. Around then, maybe before.
No, 1 week before.
Oh.
No, wait, no. This is episode 2. So yeah, it would be coming out this week. So pick up or Overcooked,
Yeah.
Overcooked 2. So August 7th. What do you got?
I'm gonna go with Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. I also have Spider-Man on my list.
I used to play the old Spider-Man games on the first PlayStation.
Ah, yes.
The back where it was like the cube, or like the rectangle towers with like the yellow green like fog of war that you would swing
the
from.
PlayStation can't draw distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I used to play the crap out of those, and I never played. I know everybody says to play like what was it, Spider-Man 2 on like the PlayStation or whatever, or the or PlayStation 3 or Xbox.
That
I never
to
played
me
that.
is not the best Spider-Man game.
I don't know. I never played that one.
First off, go back and play that game. It does not hold up very well. Like a lot of people say, it's like, oh, it's the best Spider-Man. No, like it does not hold up very well. Like I think at the time it was great.
Yeah.
But
and it's by what? It's Insomniac Games, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and I like Insomniac Games. They're the guys that did
Sunset Overdrive.
Sunset. Did they
Ratchet
do
and Clank.
Sunset Overdrive?
Yep.
I thought they were the guys that did Resistance too. as
They
well.
might have done that. I think they also did Ratchet and Clank, right?
I think. I don't know.
Let's see here. Sunset Overdrive. Insomniac.
Yeah.
And they also... Oh, wow, you're not even going to tell me
Yeah,
that.
Spider-Man. No, right there. New from
No, but like... what else did you say?
I thought they did the Resistance. Did they do Resistance?
Resistance. I know, this is like...
Game.
there you go.
But yeah.
Resistance is... no. Wait.
Who did the first 2 Resistance games?
Okay, this says Resistance 2, so we're
Yeah.
gonna go with that one.
Insomniac
Insomniac.
Games. Yeah,
there you
okay.
go.
All right, yeah. I really enjoyed
Now I gotta look up Ratchet. But go ahead.
the Resistance games were, I think the Resistance 1 I think was the first person shooter I played on the PS3. And I loved it. And I loved the multiplayer in Resistance 2, and because of those games, I'm just a fan of the Insomniac games.
Yep, Insomniac made it Ratchet and Clank too.
Yeah. I never really played
As
Ratchet
well.
and Clank. 3D platformers I never really got into besides
Yeah,
like
it was a thing for a
besides
while
like
though.
Jack and Dexter and like Super Mario and like Mario
Spyro.
64. But
Yeah.
I trust Insomniac games. The gameplay that I've seen so far looks fun. I mean, it just looks like the Arkham games, but with
yeah,
Spider-Man.
it's a Spider-Man Arkham game.
And what more can you want?
Yeah.
You know.
No, I like that. One of my favorite Spider-Man games is Spider-Man Web of Shadows,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a choose your Spidey kind of thing. So you could either become good Spidey, which is red suit, or you could become bad Spidey and choose bad decisions and become the black symbiote. And it was really cool that like you could split off and do like make your own Spider-Man and be that. That's my favorite Spider-Man game. Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions was pretty cool. Concept-wise, I didn't beat it, but it was really cool of like there were different Spider-Mans, all voiced by different people. I think Neil Patrick Harris played Amazing Spider-Man or something like that. But yeah, there was Spider-Man from different universes that were like crossing over. So you played Noir Spider-Man,
Mm-hmm.
you played Amazing Spider-Man, you played like it was pretty cool so that you could do that. But those are like my 2 favorite Spider-Man games. Those came out on last generation.
Mm-hmm.
So. Okay.
What's your next one?
My next one is We Happy Few.
I have that one.
Yeah, August 10th release. Spider-Man was September 7th, if you guys wanted to know that. But August 10th is We Happy Few. And this game I have really high hopes for, and I really hope they nail it. I'm a BioShock fan, so it's like...
we're both BioShock fans.
Yeah.
So
And
I've actually played the DLC.
Yes. It's just because...
I will always put that over you.
The reason why I haven't played it is because it's one of those games that I want to like go back and record again. Because when we were trying to do the BioShock series, I think we got like halfway through BioShock and we stopped because Christian's not here anymore.
Just play the Burial at Sea DLC. You don't need to play the games to play that.
I know.
Just
but
go,
I
go
wanted,
record yourself playing Burial at Sea.
Yeah, I could do that. But yeah, so there's...
I want to see you play that because there's a moment
Oh, okay.
that I love seeing people play it during this moment. So
Okay. All right. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it definitely gives like kind of a BioShock kind of vibe. This game's kind of has a weird backstory of it was going from indie to now being bought. Like now as Gearbox is tossing cash to it. Now Microsoft owns the studio, so it's like it's weird how
it's a little weird.
One studio. So I'm hoping that because of all of that Microsoft made a good purchase and we're gonna get We Happy Few. And if it does well, I want a We Happy Few series.
Are they making it exclusive?
No, it was owned by Gearbox first, and it was already scheduled to come out on PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think Microsoft would be taking any money away from the fact that they're going to get a cut from. I don't know if Microsoft's making any money on We Happy Few.
Okay.
It'd be interesting if they do. That light is having a real tough time. I don't know.
Yeah, it's trying.
Yeah, it's not really.
Sorry for the inconsistencies in the light for people on YouTube.
But anyway, what do you have to say about We Happy Few?
I mean, not much more. I'm a BioShock fan. I love the story. I even liked the ending of Infinite, even though I know that was where a lot of people fell out with it. But, no, I'm excited for it. I know it's just gonna be like some sort of survival game, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the first BioShock game was kind of survival-ish.
That is survival horror.
Yeah, it was
more survival horror than.
Yeah,
anything.
I think the survival elements were a little light, but I mean they were there. You could run out of ammo in your gun.
Yeah, if you were dumb in BioShock, you could run out of ammo, and if you were stupid, you'd run out of ammo in Infinite. So that was kind of that thing. But what's your next one?
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
I have that one as well.
I figured you would.
Yes.
We got our Camilla Luddington.
Camilla
fan
Luddington.
or
Yeah,
fan
dude,
over
she was
here.
at Comic-Con, and she had like apparently for the Shadow of the Tomb Raider booth, they had a pit of skulls
Yeah.
and like snakes, like real life snakes
Yeah.
slither around it. That's pretty cool.
That's
But
pretty legit.
yeah,
I'm excited for it just because I love the Tomb Raider series. I'm a big fan of the Tomb Raider and Uncharted series, and I love that.
adventure games.
Yeah, I love the fact that they're very similar, but yet they're very different. Uncharted is more kind of lighthearted, fun, and a little campy.
Yeah, very much of here to here.
Yeah, and then like Tomb Raider's the dark and gritty and
now,
you know.
well, and then they introduced in the last game, they introduced the whole level up system. But see, I loved that system because as one person that absolutely hates having to go in and boost stats, and it irritates me just because it's like I'm one of those dumb Westerners where I'm like, I just want to get to the game. Let me just get to the game. But Tomb Raider did it so well where it's like, oh yeah, if you just do this, you're gonna shoot better. That's it. Like they don't have to this. Oh well, this stat's gonna go up, but this stat will kind of slightly go up. It's just like, no, you do this, you shoot better. That's it. And it's like great. And I cannot wait to see, because what we've noticed is from gosh, I'm losing track of them now. Tomb Raider to Rise of the Tomb Raider, they implemented that system. So I want to know what is going to be implemented in this one.
I'm curious to see how the stealth system is going to work.
Did you see her flat out murdering people during E3? Oh my god!
Because it reminds me.
Shoots them and pulls them up the tree and then like stabs them
from
like 7 times.
from like a I saw that,
Jeez.
and I'm like, oh, it's very much like Assassin's Creed
Well,
3.
the bow was very much Assassin's Creed, but then she like stabs him like 9 times, and you're like, oh my god.
Well, in Assassin's Creed 3, if you're in a tree, you can.
But I thought you just hike them up. You don't do anything.
You can
else.
throw. Oh well, no, but I mean, you hook them and then you drop
pull 'em
down,
down,
and then you
yeah.
hang them.
Yeah. But
But
this
no.
one's like.
Whenever I see stealth mechanics like that, it always reminds me of like Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, which is so good. I love that game. Back when
Is that a PlayStation 2 game?
yes,
Okay.
back when Metal Gear Solid was king of the stealth games. Yeah, it makes me this game when I see those, it just makes me want to call it, it's Shadow of the Tomb Raider Snake Eater.
Yeah.
I just want to throw that at.
Well,
the
I guess there
end,
are
but
snakes in this game because
does she get
she's
to
in the
eat 'em?
jungle.
Does she get to eat them?
I don't know. We'll
So,
see.
can I call
We'll
her
see.
a
That's
snake
the new
Can I
integration.
Officially call her.
Yeah,
a snake eater?
that's the new integration in this game. I really do think I hope this game does really well. It's coming out in September. It's challenging Spider-Man. A week later, literally a week later, it comes out on the 14th.
But it's not
September.
console exclusive.
No, but I don't think that's gonna stop it. I think because that's what happened with Rise of the Tomb Raider was, even though it was a week away, it didn't come out the same day as other games. I don't think it did. Or did Fallout come out the same day?
I don't remember. Yes, it did.
Because I bought it the same day.
It did come out the same day as Fallout 4.
Yeah, and
Came out
that
the exact day. So it's console exclusive for the time.
Can you imagine if people knew the disappointment that Fallout 4 was gonna be, and then like chose to buy Tomb Raider? I think it would have been better.
I think it would have done better. Yeah.
Man. It's just such a underappreciated game that like I know some people love it, but if you know that anyone that's played it, they love it. The game is amazing, and it's just I don't know. I can't wait. Can't wait to see what Lara's got. But then my next game is Forza Horizon 4.
Yep.
Love those car racing games, and it comes to the Horizon series. And I honestly think you need to pick this one up this year, just because it's online now. Is kind of a little scary to think about, because they used to do drive-atars, but that's why they were doing this. Is they were preparing to get to this point of we didn't need drive-atars anymore. We could just play with other people. But it's a bigger map. It's like bigger than the Australian map, which was big. Like that could take you like a good 10 minutes to drive from point to point. Probably not, but it felt like it.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. Like there was a progression system. It was it was really fun. It was just a fun game. And that's what I always love about the Horizon series. Like Playground Games just does they know how to make games fun. Like, and sometimes that's hard to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited. That comes out October 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you got?
Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh, I did not make that on my list, but what do you got?
I haven't played all the way through Assassin's Creed Origins.
Mm-hmm.
I have enjoyed what I've played though, but from what I see from Odyssey, it has me excited for Assassin's Creed again, and I haven't been excited for Assassin's Creed since 3.
Mm-hmm.
3.
Did you play 4? I know I've asked you this probably on this.
I have played it. I never finished it. I just couldn't get into it.
So it's my favorite Assassin's Creed. But I know why people sometimes don't like it is because there's like a point in the game where you just feel like you're stopped, but it's trying to train you into you have to strategically plan yourself of like how do I make this level succeed? Oh, I have to do this. So.
But no, I like that they're basically Mass Effecting Assassin's Creed. To be honest.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Hopefully.
It's not like some half-assed like choose your own adventure, but
Yeah. I mean, I like those systems in games. The sort of choose your own dialogues, choose your own gender.
yeah.
I love playing badass female characters, and so my first playthrough in Assassin's Creed Odyssey will probably be as the female protagonist.
I think that's what everyone's gonna do. That's what they did in Dishonored. Everyone chose the girl. Like in Dishonored 2, they just chose the girl as soon as they implemented that.
But yeah, I don't have much else to say about it just because all we've seen of it was at E3.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm excited for the dialogue choices, the fact that you could be a female assassin now, and because I liked what was it, Liberation, the one that was on like the PSP, Assassin's Creed that was on Liberation.
Oh yeah, the Vita. That was on the Vita.
It was also on the Vita.
Yeah, it wasn't on it was on the PS Vita. You played that? Oh yeah, I guess they did port it.
They did port it, and it's on the. I think I have it on the PS4 too.
Yeah, they ported it to the consoles.
I liked it. It was different. It was slower, but I enjoyed it. Like she had like different outfits and things you could do.
Yep.
Like you could make her look all nice, and then you could make her look like a slave, and you could do different parts depending on your outfit. But I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I mean, I don't think it was perfect or great, but I mean, I had fun playing it. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to is just Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Just for pretty much the only reason why is because they're just Mass Effecting it, and as you all know, I'm a huge Mass Effect fan.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I believe that comes out in October.
Oh, and Witcher. They're like Mass Effect Witchering it, basically.
My next one is Mario Party, just because I really can't wait to play with, like, as a group, everyone comes together and plays with the Switch. And apparently you can just pop Switches out and just start
You just
playing.
need one cartridge, right?
I don't know that.
Okay.
But I do know that it is, you can, like, put the Switches together. So I'm wondering how that, like, does.
I mean, we can probably use mine with it, too.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah, I mean, the last Mario Party game I can think of that I actually was into, I think was 2 or 3. But I enjoyed playing them back then.
The last one I played was on the Wii.
Yeah, back when I mean like 2 or 3, like when they were new. I remember like renting them.
No, I rented the Wii one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And playing it with my brother and friends and on the 64, and but I think the latest one I played was 3. I haven't played any since. But
okay.
Yeah.
But that comes out October 5th.
Yep.
So, what do you got?
My next one is Red Dead 2.
I also have that.
I don't think I really. I mean, I don't really.
The
think
game that needs no introduction.
Yeah, I don't think I really have any much to say about it other than it's just Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah. Rockstar.
I'm still waiting. I still want to see because we haven't seen like actual proper gameplay of it yet, have we?
We've seen in-game trailers.
Right, but I'm ready to see like a mission. I'm ready to see like a side quest or something. Because usually what they do is they don't show a main story. They usually show like a side quest.
Well,
I'm ready to see a side quest.
I guess they've already shown behind closed doors.
Oh well, yeah.
But
I mean,
yes, I know publicly.
I know.
Yes, I know what
the
you're
public where I'm waiting to. I'm ready.
The other thing was the people that got to see it behind closed doors literally watched a dude play the game.
Right.
So they did not even get to play it. So
yeah, I'm just ready for it.
But have you heard what they're doing with it? Where like you have to like actually take care of yourself.
Yeah, and like
you
your
just
horse
become a bum
Yeah.
And everyone will
Your
like
ha-
avoid you if you're like this Grizzly Adams like.
I've been like, if your hat falls off, you have to go back and get it. Or you
Yeah.
lose your hat.
Or if
your,
you
or
have
your
meat
horse.
on your horse, like the meat could
spoils.
rot. Yeah.
Yeah, and like if your horse dies, like that's it. You gotta go.
Yep,
You have to
go get
actually
another
go
horse.
get it. Yeah, you can't just wait to respawn it.
Yeah. So that I'm very much excited. That's
My goal is to have like a single horse throughout the whole game.
oh boy.
I know.
Oh boy.
I know.
That comes out October 26th. But just before that, Battlefield is my last game. This is my last game here. Battlefield 5 is comes out October 19th.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I'm excited for this is because I know this is going to be like sacrilegious to say towards the PT Nation, but I'm excited to see what their battle royale thing has to offer.
See, I think
I think they're the only ones that
I think they'll
can
make it
do
work. I think theirs will probably be better than Call of Duty's. But Call of Duty's gonna have the more players because it's Call of Duty. But I think Battlefield
More players in the sense that they're going to buy it.
Right.
But I don't think they will have 100 people.
Oh, I don't know.
I think EA could.
Oh no, I mean 100 people on their map. No,
Yeah.
they're not gonna have 100 people on their map. If anybody's gonna put 100 people on their server, it'll probably be Battlefield.
Yeah.
And I think Battlefield they're already playing huge maps. They got vehicles. Like I see that being fun.
Yeah. And then the fact that you can now like, especially if you run like with a party of like 4, and you're just like, strategically trying to go, all right, there's a like mortar thing over there, let's go pick that up, and I'll go on the turret there, and then you can just keep driving. Like that to me seems like those awesome, amazing moments that Battlefield could like.
Only in Battlefield,
Yeah,
right?
That's
That's their slogan.
That's
Well,
their
no,
trailer.
that's always been their slogan.
Only in Battlefield.
Only in Battlefield.
Oh,
That's been
okay.
their slogan for like all of the games.
Yeah.
Only in Battlefield.
Though I do think that that Battlefield needs to show something either at Gamescom or something before that game comes out.
Well, I know
because
they've
Call
already-
of Duty's going to do it at Gamescom. So
Oh, for the Battle Royale mode?
I think they're going to talk about Blackout. So there's an open beta before Gamescom, and then they're doing a press conference, I think, at Gamescom.
Yeah, because Battlefield 5's already had a closed beta.
Oh, really? Yeah, just the multiplayer part.
Yeah, the
For
multiplayer.
and that was just a PC thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but I think that they will. They've got to show their cards
Yeah.
first.
And the regular multiplayer, I think, looks good. It's just Battlefield.
Yeah, I mean,
And
Battlefield's Battlefield.
of the
FPS.
of the FPSs, I do prefer Battlefield. Even though I didn't play Battlefield 1, but like
And this has a story.
single player.
Call of Duty.
But no, like Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3 are probably my two favorites out of the games. I have put a lot of time in 4, but
I liked 1's multiplayer.
see, I didn't pick up 1.
Yeah.
I didn't pick up 1.
It's very strategic first-person shooter.
Well, yeah, and I liked them because like it's not Battlefield is not really a game where if you have one good player on your team, they'll win the match for you.
And it's also kills don't matter in that game.
No, it's all about if you want to be the MVP, it's a point-based system, and if you want to be the MVP, it's all squad-based. It's all
Be a medic.
cooperation.
You want a lot of XP, be a medic.
Yeah, it's all cooperation. It's not.
For some unknown reason, a lot of people don't really choose the medic. But it's very much sought out.
Well, the thing is I think in Battlefield 1, the medic class doesn't have the typical weapons that a medic gets in the Battlefield games. Because in Battlefield 4 and in Battlefield 3, the medic class had the assault rifles, which a lot of times were considered to be the top tier weapons.
Okay.
So not only could you like heal and revive people, but you also had on a meta scale, you had the best weapons too.
Well, also, have you heard that Call of Duty is gonna throw those guys in?
Throw what guys in?
Medics. You
Oh,
can be a medic
like
in Call of
revive
Duty.
people and
I
give
guess
them health.
so. Which is weird because that game is literally speed, and so it's like
and you
how,
regen health.
No, not in this one.
Oh, not in this
I
one.
don't think.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
Because when I play Battlefield, I played in hardcore mode. Okay, hardcore mode. There's no mini map.
Yeah.
And there's no health regen. And you have
Multiplayer game type.
Yeah, in
hardcore
multiplayer there's no health regen. So medics you need to have medics if you needed to heal up. And you had I think 60% less health.
Oh,
Oh no! I'm sorry. You had 40%. So like in regular Battlefield mode, you'd have like your health would be at like 100% of its ratio, right? In hardcore mode, it was only 60% of that 100%.
Ooh.
So if you had 100 health, if you had 100 HP in normal mode, you'd only have 60 HP in hardcore mode.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was the same thing with the vehicles. Vehicles didn't have automatic health regen.
Oh, so once
You had
they were
if they got
smoking,
hit,
you needed to get out of there.
or no, you had to have an engineer repair
or
it.
fix it. Yeah.
Yeah, so like if you wanted to run vehicles, you had to be an engineer.
Yeah.
So
Well, there you go. All right. You got any more games you're looking
no,
for?
that's it for me.
All right. I think that's it from me too.
Cool.
Honorable mention goes to Pokemon. Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee, just because the reason why they're not on my list is because I need to know more. Well, I just need to know a little more.
Oh yeah,
I want to
that's
see
the thing,
gameplay. I'm probably not going to buy. These are games that I would more likely buy day one.
Yeah, let's reiterate that. These are games that we are going to probably buy.
Yeah. Like Pokemon, more likely I will buy, but that's like a Black Friday game for me.
Yeah, I will. I'm not a Pokemon fan.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
As much as I
But
love
Rebecca will want one.
as much as I love my JRPGs, I never got into Pokemon.
Yeah.
Rebecca does.
A lot of time.
Rebecca, well, I mean, I play Final Fantasy games, so I mean,
can't take Final Fantasy to the toilet. Then you're really addicted to it. So, not that I've taken.
I mean, I can take Octopath
Pokemon.
Traveler.
You can have fun having that conversation. Did you have like chocolate with when you were eating, like when you were playing? But anyway, we're moving on
Next topic
to the third, final
topic. Third topic.
We're gonna talk
next topic. Next gen.
We're gonna talk about next generation consoles. More specifically, what we want from those companies. We're excluding Nintendo because
the Switch.
Yeah, the Switch is the next gen console.
Yeah, it's gonna be around for probably a while.
Plus, I think they've done what they can with it. So
it's already projecting to outsell the PS4 lifetime
wise. Yeah, maybe.
I think it's gonna
because now the PS4 is done.
It's gonna probably beat Xbox this year, maybe Xbox One. I know. Let's just be real.
Yeah. All right, so we are going to talk about what we want to see in the next generation consoles. I think we did this a little bit differently.
Yeah, I did. I just
You're just in general sense of where you want to go. Maybe you might attach it to a console specifically. I did what I want from PlayStation and what I want from Xbox. So I don't know how you want to do this. You want to go first?
I guess mine's just more console
How about
requirements. I'll just go first.
Give one, and I'll do one.
Well, okay. Because I just have a list of like console requirements that I think that needs to happen next gen, and I think 50 frames a second minimum is a must.
That's
no, 60.
I was about to say. I was like,
did I say 50?
Yeah, you did.
60 frames a second minimum.
Okay.
Minimum.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
So.
All right. Yeah, I would throw that specifically on the Xbox because PlayStation already does it. I've never seen it drop anything lower than that. But
PlayStation, I know, does it a lot for their exclusives.
They also do it with third party.
Oh, okay.
Where Xbox
is at 30-ish.
So if I was to, so what I have from my Xbox list, I would have added that.
Okay.
The 60 frames per second thing, I think needs to be on Scarlet, which is the code name for the next generation Xbox.
Is it gonna be red? I hope it's red.
I don't know. That'd be interesting. Red console.
A red lighting. Oh no! Wait, no. That might bring up bad PSD.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
PTSD for
STD, ATD.
It might bring up bad memories for people who had to deal with Red Ring of Death.
Yes. No, I think the next generation console for Xbox, I think what they're going to do is go more PC than console. I think that Microsoft is going to release a console that blends so far over to the PC that it practically can be a PC.
Okay.
It has graphics that can support it. They've already got the 4K stuff going on them. The only thing they need is that 60 frames per second, and they've built like the ultimate console. The only thing I can see resolution-wise on what they could do is go to 8K. But at that point, It's like, why? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
So it's like, I honestly think that the next Xbox, because in my opinion, it's like Xbox has the best console. They just do, and I'm not saying it as like a fanboy, but that's part of the reason why is I am the fanboy of the Xbox is because the Xbox is the ultimate, specifically the X is the ultimate console. It's 4K, but I guess the problem, and I'll get into that as another thing for my Xbox list, but hardware wise, not talking about other stuff, hardware wise, 4K, it's silent as hell. Like, you can't even hear that thing.
Really?
I loaded up my PlayStation PlayStation 3 last night, and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot how consoles sounded. Like, and the PS4, like I have a PS4 Pro, and you can still kind of hear the PS4 Pro. With the Xbox One X, it's practically not there. Like, it's so quiet. It plays the 4K Blu-rays. You have an all-in-one media center that plays 4K crap. Like, not crap, but all the 4K stuff in one thing, you can do that. It streams 4K. It does and it's one of the only consoles that can do that. Like, I think Netflix doesn't stream 4K to PlayStation or something like that.
Because PlayStation can't technically do 4K.
So, and that's the other thing is, like, when you go over to PlayStation side, the console, even the Pro, does not have asterisk mark 4K.
Yeah.
So it's still good.
It's still an
I'm
awesome
not saying
console.
it's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm just saying Xbox has the superior console right now. It's just there's another issue, and I'll get into that with my next thing that I say after what you say.
Yeah. I think the next gen consoles, PS5, Xbox, I think day one backwards compatibility.
That is on my list for PlayStation. I have that.
I think, and I don't mean like digital or like, I want to log in.
Essentially what Xbox is doing.
Yeah, I want to log in, put my disc in if I have it on disc, install it, go, or if I have it digitally, just reinstall it. I don't want to have to like repurchase it. Like with some of the like PlayStation, it has to get like with PlayStation.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, for example, like freaking Destroy All Humans. Like, I had to buy that game. I had to buy that game again. But if I had it on PS2, or if I had it on Xbox 360, I can put it in on my Xbox One. So it's like, or Red Dead Redemption more specifically. Like, you got to repurchase Red Dead Redemption for PlayStation. But if you're an Xbox person, you just throw the disc in.
Yeah.
Like, and that's how I played. I streamed Red Dead that way.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I totally agree with it. Backwards compatibility at this point is unexcusable.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why you wouldn't put that in your console.
And it's in such a demand. It's in such a high demand.
Well, the reasons why. Why PlayStation doesn't. They want the money. They want it.
I think the way PlayStation is going right now, especially with this whole Fortnite thing, they need to end the whole. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, what's your next one?
So I did have backwards compatibility on my PlayStation list.
Yeah.
It's just stupid of why you wouldn't put that there. But another one a new freaking dashboard.
Oh, yes.
I despise
It's
the
a
PlayStation
mess.
dashboard.
It is a mess.
It's like someone just was like, yeah, just add that in. Yeah, just throw it in there. I don't even know. Like, it's such a 6 steps to get to my freaking games. With my Xbox, I just hit the freaking center button and I'm there. I'm like, I'm already at my games.
I will say this though. For somebody who's not used to using like menu systems, and if you don't play many games, the PlayStation is perfect for you, because I will say with the
lines
Xbox,
them all up, I guess.
I will say with the Xbox there is it can feel overwhelming to somebody who's new.
I think it's
like pop it on.
I think it's like snowboarding and skiing. You have more of a learning curve of how to ski.
Yeah.
But it's easier to ski in the long run. But it's easier to learn how to snowboard, but harder to go on. I think that that's how PlayStation's the snowboarding, Xbox is skiing. It's like it just needs to be.
Yeah, because I think the PlayStation, if you're super casual, you're not used to this type of a deal. I think the PlayStation, if you don't play many games, you
have like
works.
4 or 5 games on your console.
It works. However, when you build up a library of 60 plus games on your system and all these other applications, it's a mess. Whereas the Xbox, it's easy to navigate. it's easy to find like where your things are and where to go. The only problem is just learning how to operate
where to
it.
go it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I tell people, is like when people are asking, well, like what are some of the differences, and I'll say like, well, the PlayStation's operating system is easier, but it's a mess. However, once you learn the Xbox's operating system, it's far superior. It's just you got to go over that hump of learning it.
It's very much.
You'll open it up and it will look intimidating, but it's really not.
Yeah.
You just gotta go.
It's very much like you can definitely see that Microsoft has spent a whole generation trying to devise it in the 360 era to get to now.
A lot.
Oh, well, yeah.
They've
like
changed
the dashboard now is way different than what we got at launch.
We've had like 4 different versions of the dashboard on the Xbox, just on the Xbox One cycle.
Yeah, it's but I think PlayStation needs to fix that shit. Like, A1 not priority. That's the second thing. Get your backwards compatibility. Fix your stupid freaking dashboard. And
here's the thing with the PlayStation 4 dashboard. The PlayStation 4 dashboard, in my opinion, is the exact same dashboard as the 360. Here's the difference, though.
The first one.
No, I mean not the 360. I mean the PS3.
Yeah,
it's the same. It's the same thing as the PS3. The only difference is the PS3 didn't have as many apps, didn't have as much digital content, just cramming in there like you do on with the PS4.
Yeah.
And it's just, ugh.
It just seems like you walked into a teenage bedroom and it's just like shits everywhere. You're like, all right, like, but they know where everything's at.
Yeah.
It's like,
because it's like there's your bar.
Like the mound of clothes, which like.
Yeah, because like there's your bar with like all of like the last 10 games you've played, and then your library is all the way on the end that you have to go into that subset of menus, and then to do anything on the console side, like check notifications, it's on a menu that's up, and then all that.
Yeah, I just want to press one button and then there it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my complaint. What do you got?
My next one is 4K HDR native.
Ooh, so what the X is?
What the X does, yeah. It's minimum 60 frames.
4K 60 frames. That's a pretty hard feat. Not very many games can do that.
No, I feel.
That's like all first-party games can do that.
Yeah.
Well, for Xbox,
unless they got a patch.
Of them. Yeah.
But I feel like that's kind of becoming the standard on PC. Why can't it be the standard?
Even for PC, it's really expensive.
I know it's
to do that.
I know
but
it's
that
a
would be
step up to go to 4K. But I think that having the capabilities, just to have your thing be a native 4K player for Blu-rays.
Mm-hmm. What if they did? What if both companies release 2 different consoles like how they have now?
Yeah. No.
But how Microsoft did at the launch of the 360, where they had they had 3 different versions, but they just had, here's the extra $100 you can get the 4K 60 frames, and for this one you can just get 4K.
No, I think
you want one console 4K 60 frames a second.
I think
that's okay.
No. I think that would be bad business to release do 2 different consoles on launch.
I mean, 360 don't. But yeah, no, I know what you're saying. I'm just trying to think of how expensive would that be.
I mean, the Xbox One X can do it.
Not
already.
Well,
and we're
not
also
on every game.
We're also probably 2 or 3 years out on this. Prices change.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah. The next one I have here is is 4K, like you said, 4K true, but with movies and whatnot. I think PlayStation. PlayStation not having the ability to play 4K movies is a joke. It just makes you regret and leaves you a dirty taste in your mouth every time I see someone buy a PS4 Pro. Like the new Spider-Man game is getting a PS4 Pro console and whatnot.
I know, it looks pretty slick. I kind of want one.
And I would say go buy it, but it's like you can't do anything else with it. You can only play games. It's like, what's the point? You guys own the freaking disc name. Like, you guys created this. Like,
I know. You guys own the patent for this tech. Like, why?
Yeah, Sony owns the patent for Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So every time a Blu-ray is made, they get money for it.
They get licensing. Yeah.
So that's why, like, when Xbox jumped over to Blu-ray, every time
They had to
they have to pay a contract
getting,
fee.
Sony's getting royalties of some sort.
Exactly, to
Yeah.
make those games. But it's just it's so dumb of why the console's not able. Why is the Xbox One S? The Xbox One S is capable of playing 4K movies, and we can't freaking get it on stupid. Yeah, it's dumb. It's just a dumb thing. But yeah, that's what they need to. I think that PlayStation needs to fix that. So.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Crossplay.
Ooh. Well,
I-
Xbox is fine with that.
Xbox and Nintendo have been cool.
I
seem
still
to
want
be
them
cool,
that
but
it's like the couple you want to have
Yeah.
babies, and you're like, have babies, like Xbox and Nintendo.
and but the thing is I think because of the whole Fortnite debacle, I think that's really shining a light on the mainstream, the masses, not just the gaming community, but just people in general. The situation with Sony, and I think they're gonna cave.
I think that
I think for them to do as well as they did this gen,
yeah,
I think that's something that they're gonna have to cave on.
I feel like if they don't do it, it's I think the tides are going to turn back to Xbox. I think everyone's going to jump ship, and they're going to go back
I
there.
bet you in the next E3, like in the E3 that they announced the Xbox One, if they say
Or the Scarlet, you mean?
Scarlet, yeah, when they officially announce Scarlet on like the Xbox One or the Xbox, show
Yeah.
at E3, I bet you if they show like crossplay, Nintendo and PC, and they emphasize that,
yeah.
I bet you Sony's gonna be like, shit.
Yeah.
Because I think right now, especially in this end, because we're in sort of the end cycle of this console, I think Microsoft has a big advantage.
Oh, you're
into-
already seeing they're
Yeah.
fortifying their army right now.
Yeah.
Like they bought 5 new companies.
Yeah.
One of them is a quadruple A. I don't even know what that even means. A quadruple A team that they're creating down in Santa Monica. They bought the We Happy Few guys. They bought Ninja Theory. They bought Playground Games. They bought Undead Labs. And it's like,
and they're being real buddy with Nintendo.
and then they got
And they're not
that,
being-
and then they're doing backwards compatibility. It's like it's so insane of why has Xbox failed at this and I
It's
feel like
because
it's all about that launch.
Yeah, they
It's
messed
all
up.
about it.
They messed up their launch, their E3 like launch or their E3 reveal and their launch.
Well,
They
because Phil wasn't in
messed it up.
charge.
Yeah.
This is very much Phil Spencer has turned this console around dramatically.
Yeah, I really think that Sony has the big upper hand, and I think one of the big things going into this, and one of the big contingencies with people, is what's the crossplay gonna look like.
Yep.
And I think with Xbox being crossplay with Nintendo and PC, I think that's a huge marketing thing for them. And if Sony decides to just stick their nose up in the air about it, I think that's gonna, in the long run, hurt them big.
Yeah. I mean, but PlayStation is also very stubborn. They won't even let me change my freaking name. It's easy. How freaking easy is that? Like, you can't program that, but you're telling all these other developers they're willing to do it, and you're just like, nah, don't do it.
Yeah.
Um,
I really think that's gonna hurt them if they don't cave on it. I think if they don't cave on it.
Yeah. My thing goes back to Xbox like I was saying, that console launch has to probably be the best console launch for Microsoft that they've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
And judging by that new, I can't even think of it. What's that new? I don't even know if I have it written down.
Describe it. Maybe I can think of it.
Well, I'm trying to think of the Xbox. No, not the Xbox. The Halo game.
Oh, Infinite.
Yeah, that's what it was. Because I was gonna say Halo 6, but I'm like Halo something. Anyway, that is probably a launch game. If we're thinking that game's like 2 years out,
Yeah.
more likely it is. And because Gears comes out next year, and so then following year 2020, we might even be seeing it then. But I think you got to get Halo out there. You got to get another Forza game out there. I think you just get every single first-party game to come out that year. and then like have Gears of War
Just
come
give
out
you-
the previous year, and then already start working on it again. Like, or have another team working on a Gears game. Like, and then just this is, and then show everyone
solid lineup.
you got, like, here is all of our stuff, and then show what Playground's been working on. Show what Undead Labs,
Theory.
Ninja
just
Theory.
show
Yeah,
what all
Ninja
they've been working on.
Yeah, Ninja Theory doesn't have a game they're working on right now, right? And
that
then
I'm aware of.
Playground has already finished Horizon, so now they're on to their secret project, which
What? Horizon?
hope-
Who? What?
Or sorry, yeah, because no,
I was gonna say, Guerrilla Games
no,
is Horizon,
Guerrilla.
yeah.
No, what I was saying was, what I meant to say was Playground was making Horizon,
Oh,
Forza
Horizon, right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so they're done with that because that game comes out this year,
Mhm.
and then they're working on their secret project, which I hope to God it's Fable, and like, it's just that. And then
Yeah.
Battletoads. Does Battletoads have a release date yet?
I don't think so.
Launch something with that. Put Rare out there. Get their fucking Battletoads out there. I don't know. Like, do
Just launch
the
it with a
biggest
con,
thing that you could do, and then just show your first year.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what PlayStation has done. Is just
And-
they showed their hand every single
And
time.
the Nintendo did that with the Switch too. They're like,
Yeah, because that's their last chance. They're like, we got to show them everything,
yeah,
otherwise no one's
so
gonna buy our
during
stuff.
the Nintendo Direct when they announced the Switch, they were showing like, well, this game, Breath of the Wild is going to launch with this.
Yeah,
and then a couple months
that's
later,
where we saw our Atlas game.
Yeah,
and
and then it's like-
that's we've heard
yeah,
that
and
for
it's
a long
like,
time.
yeah, and then you're gonna get Mario Odyssey a couple months later. Then you're gonna get this Splatoon a couple months later, and then you're gonna get this one a couple months later. It's like that's what Microsoft has to do.
Yeah.
And I think crossplay is I think that's going to be a key factor. I think in this next gen because it's a big debate right now. It's a big thing people want right now, and I think if Sony just says no, just keeps their nose in the air about it, I think it's gonna hurt them. At least probably on an international market, it probably won't hurt them that much in
No,
Japan
it's-
or in Asia.
It's very much a
But-
battle for the Western
Yeah.
audiences because Xbox doesn't sell in the East. It doesn't sell in Japan. It
Yeah.
doesn't sell because
It has a hard time in Europe.
But that's the other thing is though. Microsoft needs to announce a JRPG game coming exclusively to them.
They had one.
They did, but
Scalebound.
yeah.
They had one.
rest in peace. I'm sure it was utter shit though, because there would be no reason of why we've sustained Crackdown, but
Yeah.
we threw away the other game.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that the launch for Scarlet needs to be heavy, if not exactly how Nintendo did it.
yeah.
Exactly how they do the, we're gonna launch the game, 2 months out,
Mhm.
3 months out, something like that. Where we're getting like every quarter, boom, first party game. Boom, first party game.
Mhm.
And then when we look over on our third party spectrum, we need to see those guys too. But it seems like third party we have no problem with because
Yeah, you know what I bet
but
you?
but they do need to fix that 60 frames a second thing. They need to put that in all their third party stuff.
You know what I think is going to be a launch game for the next gen games?
What?
Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
I bet you
And it
I-
seems like they're a little buddy with Xbox. So
I really think Cyberpunk because I know they said it's going to be on the next gen, and I bet you they're waiting for it to be a next gen launch title for them.
yeah, because like that's the thing is like Microsoft, as we saw at E3, publicly stated they have friendship with Bethesda. On Bethesda's stage was said that they're like, we've had a great relationship with Microsoft
Well,
and
yeah,
all
that's
this.
that's because they let them put their mods.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
let their mod community
They've
go
let
wild.
do whatever they want to do. So, and anything, the best way to make Bethesda happy is let them do whatever they need to do, just to
Yeah.
get their stuff out there. And especially with like what Morrowind was on. No, was that on Xbox?
Morrowind was an Xbox exclusive. And
Yeah.
it sold more copies on the Xbox than on PC. No, Morrowind, because if you
That was on the Xbox, the
Xbox,
first,
the original
yeah.
Xbox, yeah. That game saved Bethesda.
Wow. And
That-
it's because
that
of
game-
Xbox.
that
It's
game-
because of Xbox.
Yeah, no, that game because there's. I think I've showed you No Clip, the channel No Clip. Okay, I will show you after this. They do video. They're a crowd-funded video game documentary series, and they actually go to the developers and talk with the developers.
Huh.
Shout out to No Clip. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, I don't think you've. I think you've told me about, it, but I've not seen them. Though.
They right when E3 came out, or right when E3 was started, they did one with Bethesda, and they're talking with Todd Howard and all the lead designs,
Mhm.
and they're talking about how they were going bankrupt, and Morrowind had all their eggs in their basket for Morrowind, and the game did sold so well on the Xbox One, blue or not
Xbox, yeah.
I'm gonna say Xbox One. I mean Xbox first gen Xbox.
Yeah.
It sold so well that it literally saved Bethesda.
Yeah.
Literally saved Bethesda from bankruptcy.
That's so crazy of like, and that's probably the reason why Bethesda has had that push more towards the Xbox market, where, you know, when you bought Fallout 4, you got Fallout 3, but that was also with the full backwards compatibility thing.
Yeah.
Like
Fallout
Bethesda's
4
very
is
much
now on Games
Games
Xbox
for
Pass.
Gold. Yeah,
it's
Games
on-
Pass.
it's
Yeah,
on Games Pass
and,
now.
so it's just like, I think right now Microsoft has the army, but I think they're holding.
I think
they're waiting for
I
it
think
to happen.
and I'm not trying to sound like a huge
No,
fanboy
it very
for
much does sound like we are.
I know it
but
does, but I think
I'm
it's just
trying to
we're
play
just-
devil's advocate.
Yeah,
about it.
I just think we're just in agreement that as of right now, the way that the industry is looking right now, Microsoft's holding all the cards for this announcement. It's all it's all on them, because I
Yeah.
think that they have the chance to on this next gen to do it.
Yeah. Do you have any more?
I do.
I'm
I have
out.
two more.
Okay, run through your two. and we'll-
My last two was I think the console at launch should be no more than $400 to $500.
For both consoles.
Both consoles, yeah. I think for more than 60 frames and for 4K native, I think $400 to $500 at launch, I think is reasonable.
I think
With a-
500
with-
is steep.
Well, how much was your Xbox One X?
That was $500, but how
Okay.
many times are they selling it? They're trying to knock $50 off that damn thing every single
I know,
time.
but I think in a couple years, I think $400 to $500 with a one. I think also I will also throw in a 1 or 2 terabyte hard drive. 2 terabytes if you're going to go 4K. I think
one, it's a standard.
I think
that's
one is the standard, but I think if they're going to put in that 4K HDR native, the file sizes are so big. I think you would need a 2 terabyte
Yeah.
just to have like 10 games in there. But I think if they put in like a hard drive like that, I think $500. I think that's fair.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's not fair. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to think that Microsoft did that, and they included Kinect in that bundle.
Yeah.
And if at launch they
Yeah,
were
right,
what,
yeah.
like $500 at
Something
launch,
like with Kinect, yeah.
and it was just, it's just a. I don't want Microsoft to try to shoot for the moon with like everything and then put it in one box and then they're like, yeah, it's $500, because clearly no one gives a shit about what's in the box. Like, if they did, the Xbox One X would have outsold the PS4 Pro. And I think it's still new technology now. I understand that. But, and, you know, you got the first party stuff still coming out, and PlayStation 4 had a real tremendous lead when both of the premium consoles came out with X and Pro. But I think if Microsoft can come out and they're like, yeah, you remember how the Xbox One X was $500? Well, it's $400 now.
Yeah.
And it's better. Like, that sells your box.
Yeah.
But if PlayStation comes out and goes, oh, shit, like, we designed our box to compete with your X, and it's $500.
Yeah.
People are going to buy the Xbox.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's the regular consumer that's going to buy that console.
Right. Yeah. Like I say, $400 to $500.
Yeah.
I
think that's a fair price tag.
I think that would be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like this. You know, if you look at the Switch, they had to exclude a lot of stuff for the Switch just to make it $300.
Yeah.
A lot of conveniences, no game,
and that's including all the $80 dock and the whatever this and the controller's not even involved in it.
Yeah.
But Joy-Cons are like $70 a piece. I don't know. They feel like they are.
And then this one, I guess, is more for PlayStation, but because my Xbox already has it. But subscription service.
I mean, they sort of do, but
as in like I'm talking the Game Pass. I think PlayStation needs to get a Game Pass.
they do have the PlayStation Now.
Yeah, but it's terrible.
Yeah, okay.
Get one like
they
Xbox.
need to fix it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me download my.
Let me download my
game.
games
Yeah.
and give me better, more options. I think PlayStation needs to compete better with the Game Pass. And I know this whole thing sounds like we're just ripping on PlayStation. We love PlayStation. We love our
I have
PlayStations.
all the consoles. I have
Yeah.
all. Of,
I primarily play my PlayStation right now.
I
rarely
bounce back and forth.
I rarely play my Xbox nowadays. But I'm telling you, my opinion is being extremely unbiased right now. And
well, it's also the thing of like, as somebody that was on the other console, this is something that we're saying as this console has that this console does not. So why does this console not have it?
Right.
And it can easily be said, like I was saying about the first party stuff, to go on, more on PlayStation side. PlayStation is done very well on, here's our first party stuff. Yeah. Here's our partnerships with our third party stuff. And it's all going to be like native 60 frames and like this and that and everything in the kitchen sink. And Xbox has kind of sat there and just kind of pulled out half-assed games. And I'm not saying that developer-wise it was half-assed. It just didn't do well. Like Sea of Thieves didn't do as well. State of Decay sold a lot of copies for an arcade game, but didn't do like it's a $40 game. It's not gonna rake in money. That game is literally made because people love State of Decay. So then they made State of Decay 2.
State of Decay 2, yeah. State of Decay 2 isn't holding up, I think, like they thought it was going
to.
No,
but it sold really well. It's just $40. It's like that's not the game that you want to go and do. But and also with it, it's not very long.
Right.
Because it's a $40 game. The PUBG contract isn't working out as great as they anticipated because Fortnite came in and pillaged the scene. Yeah. So it's like they've been drawing a lot of blanks on their cards. Crackdown 3 has some shit going on with it. And we're not going to get another like Xbox game until Gears right now. So it's like or I guess Forza. Forza is literally the only game that's coming out from Xbox that's like it's a 9. Boom, slap a 9 on it. We'll get it out there. It's going to make money.
Yeah, because to be honest, the games that are coming out this year that we were talking about, even the ones that are third party on both consoles, I'll probably get the PlayStation 4 version of it. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You also have the big fatty Xbox too.
I do.
So
have
like
an old big fatty Xbox.
for me, I would totally buy everything third party for my X. So it's like
I still have
except for Overcooked, I'd buy it on Switch.
Yeah, I still have first gen Xbox. So
hey, it still works.
I mean, it's still kicking. I thought it was having some problems the other day. And I was like, oh man, is it time?
Is today the day?
Yeah.
No, my dad's he has my Xbox, my first one, and he's telling me like, yeah, I can't push the disk drive. It's not injecting the disk. And I'm like, might be having to go digital. Yeah, slap a hard drive on that thing.
For the past year, I have a hard time. My button to connect my controllers to it to sync my controllers doesn't work. So in order for me to sync controllers, I have to physically plug it in.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's not a.
There's loopholes around it so far. So. Yeah. But yeah, I think I don't think they were made to last this long.
Yeah, because I mean, I have like 230 games for my Xbox, and I think I have about 60 to maybe 80 on my PlayStation. But the past year, I've spent way more time on my PlayStation than my Xbox.
You're also catching up too.
I also have been
catching up on like 5 years of games.
Plus that, and I'm hooked on Final Fantasy 14.
There you go.
So
yeah.
But yeah, I think they just need to step up their subscription service.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, comment section below what you want in your next gen and which one would you might go. Are you a PlayStation fan that's looking out the window at the Xbox party, or are you the Xbox guy that's kicking the ball outside and then there's nobody playing with you? So that is going to be it. That's the end of the episode. That's end of episode 19 of Bitcade. That was a pretty
that was a good one.
Good one. Anyway, any
nice
remaining thoughts? Yeah, it was. We had a little rocky start in the beginning, but we're okay. So any closing statements? Anything?
Play Octopath Traveler.
Oh.
Even though I know this is like a month late.
No, now it's probably available.
Yeah, you can probably find it somewhere unless you want to digitally download it. Because I know most people who I know who have it, they downloaded it.
Yeah, it's not that big of a game, is it?
I don't know.
It shouldn't be.
I wouldn't imagine.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Bitcade.
Bitcade.
And it is, you guys can follow the links down in the description below. You can check us out on Mixer. We stream pretty daily over there. Just go over to mixer.com/Primal Target, and you guys can check us out live over there. That's where you can also see Ashton, our other member of Primal Target, and he streams Wednesday through Friday on a pretty regular basis.
You know what he's been playing recently?
What he's been playing?
Yeah.
Do you know, or are you asking me?
You.
I think he's.
I'm usually in bed when he's up.
Yeah, he
so.
streams pretty. He's the later streamer, so I think he's streaming. He kind of bounces back and forth. It's usually PUBG, like Sea of Thieves, and I think he throws in a he just beat Cuphead over there.
Oh,
so
nice.
he throws a couple of those in there every so often. But yeah, also check us out on
Xbox exclusive worth talking about.
Yes, it is.
There you go.
And now it's on PC. Well,
It's been on PC.
Yeah. But anyway, you can also check us out on Facebook if you like that too. Videos get uploaded over there every so often.
That would be good on
it's a
the
little
Switch.
behind. But we also have Twitter is where you can get notifications. Primal Target. Primal_Target. Twitter.com/Primal_Target is where you can get that over there. You can follow me personally at Ryan A. Moore. He's not on social media, but you can message him here. Just subscribe to us. Little
Just let
end
me know
card.
what's up.
End card at the end of this video, and it has a little subscription button, plus the video to the last full episode, and also a video to some random thing into the future here on YouTube. Lots of cool things happening. If you're watching this at the end, we are not at PAX. Wait, are we at PAX? PAX is at the end of August, and we will be there. Ashton and I will be there at PAX 2018, PAX West 2018, and it's going to be awesome. So if you do see us there, or if you have anything, you can tweet at us and whatnot. But yeah, I hope it's going to be great.
Sure, well.
And then we'll do a recap of PAX in the next episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.